It was working with a master teacher, not just an instructor of acting or of the Meisner technique, but for me it was seeing a master teacher. I was very impressed with the way he handled the students. I mean, he had so many different levels of us there. Like I said, I've been away for over 20 years in acting, but he was able to work with those of us who have been away for a while and those who are budding artists. I think he handles us so very, very well. But the thing I love most about Larry is his sensitivity to each student, where they are, what they need, and what they're getting out of the program.
The environment that is created here is just so conducive to fabulous work. You feel safe, you feel like you were in the very best of hands.
He is truly a master teacher. That was what I've never had any Meisner, and as I said, I haven't acted for years. And boy, it's nice to be able to be with such a gentle, supportive person. He's kind and patient.
He brought out things in people I could never imagine. And it's just, there's an innate, intuitive skill that he has that is truly, it's a gift. There are some born teachers, and I think Larry is one of those.
And I actually had lost a lot of the joy in teaching, to be honest with you. I've been beginning to back away from it. But this has given me a really new energy and desire to take this back to my program. I'm making my husband come next summer. I'm looking forward to part 2, and we're already trying to come up with a part 3 just to see if he'll make one for us because we had such a great time.
As an actor, I've been pushed further than I've ever been pushed before. And it's invigorating. And then as a teacher, and someone very familiar with this technique, but coming in, I've learned incredible nuances, just watching Larry I've learned more just watching him teach than I could ever learn, anywhere else. He's such a master at his technique.
He was pushing you out of your comfort zone, pushing everyone. And it was so beautiful to watch everybody move, like everybody moved. Everybody's hearts opened. And that showed in their acting. And I know what's even more beautiful is that it comes out in their life. Acting is wonderful, but if it makes your life, more free, what?
I've been teaching for a long time, and it's wonderful to be filled up again. One feels as a teacher that you get depleted. So I don't know how Larry rejuvenates himself because he's such an extraordinarily gifted teacher and he's giving out so much, but it's been wonderful to be replenished, I think. And the whole experience has been very affirming for me because I've been away from acting for a long time. So it's wonderful to come back to it and think, gee, I really like this. This can be fun, as opposed to drudgery. I think when you're acting professionally and you have sometimes only 2.5 weeks or something or 3 weeks to put up a show, it becomes very goal-oriented, and the notion of being allowed to play again and experiment and actually have a meaningful connection with your acting partner has been pretty wonderful. So I think I'm talking all over the place, but it's been wonderful. I've enjoyed it very much.
Feels so safe, and he's so present, and he's so non-judgmental, and yet he sees everything, and he has such an immense respect for the craft and for all the people that are there, that he's so gentle, and yet he demands and pulls so much out of everyone.
He has a heart for what he does, that's obvious. And he doesn't just teach, he lives what he teaches. And he has such a gentle spirit. And his teaching method is very Socratic in that he lets you make the discoveries for yourself. Rather than telling you, here's where we're going to end up, you arrive at that with your own realization. And he doesn't have to tell you. When you experience it, it becomes more than just head knowledge, obviously. Gentle spirit, great guy, great guy.
There are so many teachers in my life, and they always say something like, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your own self. But here, make me feel really, really brave to trust myself, because it's not only me there in a stage. There's something else around you that help you, so you are not alone. No more like timid feeling. Yeah, so it's made me feel more relief and excited every time before getting to the work. Not panic, but excited to work.
My favorite thing about Larry was every time someone made what we thought was a mistake, or we messed up, or we felt that we didn't accomplish an expectation, the way that he explained what we did and almost thanked us for doing this because it was part of the experience, and for allowing ourselves to take that risk was just so comforting and encouraging.
And it's brought back to me a lot of the things that I thought I knew about acting, have been taught about acting, that really wasn't very good for acting. It's an absolutely wonderful experience, not only in terms of reawakening the desire to be an actor again, but also in terms of learning more about communication between human beings.
The best way for me to describe Larry is, it might sound silly, but he's Yoda, right? I mean, he's the Yoda of this technique. And when I say that, he's like a Zen master. I mean, he's so peaceful. He has a very calm approach to how he teaches. You never doubt that he knows what he's talking about, and he knows where he's coming from. And you never doubt that you're ever in an unsafe environment. He creates this complete realm of safety, so it enables us as actors to go to that next level, to go to that next step, to walk out on that limb or jump off the cliff, because he has us the entire time. I don't think in the entire 2 weeks we were here that I heard one criticism come out of his mouth, not one. And that's incredible from a teacher. You know, teachers, and I'm one, you know, we want to get things right. We want our students to get things right. And while he pushes us, and he pushes us harder than I've ever seen people get pushed before, not one criticism. And that's amazing. Anything that a student brought to the table, he worked with. Anything that happened, it was okay. Even when, you know, from our perspective, something didn't go right. You know, Larry's first thing to say, oh, this is good. Okay, let's talk about this. And it puts us in such a comfortable position, such a safety position that we're willing to do anything.
To me, Larry is this gentle soul who is there to lift you up. You always felt supported by him.
He's a master teacher.